follow-up question for you?
Yes.
First, I wanted to clarify that you meant psychotropics and not psychedelics.
What we were simply referring to are those elements that grow naturally upon your planet, not the ones that are, in your terminology, artificially created.
Can you differentiate for me whether you're talking about natural psychedelics or natural psychotropics?
Anything that naturally grows on your planet, no matter what the effect, will be what we were referring to.
And what is the best way for me to explore what are the appropriate natural substances to use in this exploration?
You can talk to someone who is experienced with it already. We refer to those individuals on your planet that are referred to as shamans. You can find your own shamanhood as well, of course, in whatever process you care to seek that in. But there are already many individuals, especially in what you call your indigenous native cultures, who are already very proficient at the understanding of exactly how to use these substances, because their culture to begin with did not allow them to forget their connection to nature. And thus they instinctively understand what it is they can do and how it is they can use them to progress their understanding of their connection and experience of the infinite.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sharing.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I recently made a new friend, and I like him a lot. But
what did you make him out of?
He's all man. I'm having a real hard time just going with the flow in the relationship. I wonder if you could give me...
Define hard time.
I feel like there's a lot of struggle and...
Over what?
The circumstances are that he's married to someone who would not appreciate me being in his life. It doesn't really bother me, but...
why would they not appreciate you?
Well, in this society, that if you're married, you're not supposed to have another person of the opposite sex be too friendly.
I see. Understand, first of all, that many of these things are being explored and experimented with on your society in ways that reflect new understandings of integrity. What is missing is two things: communication within yourselves and communication to each other. Remember this as a primary fundamental principle. Anytime, all individuals involved in any relationships are doing their best to be their true natural selves, all things will mesh in the way they are meant to. Now, this does not mean that it has to manifest itself that way in what you would call multiple interactions. Doesn't mean it has to be that way. But simply it will be clear to everyone involved as to what it is that it ought to be if everyone is being allowed to be their true natural selves, if everyone is allowing each other to be their true natural selves and does not bring into the relationship the fears that exist about what it is you think you ought to be and what it is you think they ought to be. When everyone is being their true natural selves, everyone fits together and works together and has clear vision, in no uncertain terms, about the reasons for why they are interacting with each other and what it is they are actually supposed to get out of those interactions. Many times in your society, as we interact with many of you, we have come to realize that you go into relationships already with the baggage of expectation about what you think the other person ought to be, rather than allowing them to be what they are in the relationship. Most relationships, fundamentally anyway, are for the purpose of having reflections of who it is you want to be, of allowing the other person to reflect to you what it is you need to know about yourself so you can determine who it is you prefer to be, and providing the same service for them, rather than molding them into what you think they ought to be, supporting what it is they need to be. And when you do this for any individual, allowing them to be their true natural selves, and they also doing the same service for you, you will find your natural place, your natural level, your natural balance with each other, and the kind of relationship that is representative of your natural self will all of a sudden be readily apparent to you, but only with honest communication within yourselves and honest communication among yourselves, because you cannot deny that if an attraction is there, You must explore why it is there. Now, sometimes, of course, the attraction can be there for negative reasons, because you might be running away from facing certain portions of yourself and using the attraction as a denial mechanism. But on the other hand, sometimes you can actually be genuinely attracted for very positive reasons that are representative of the next stage of your process, and there are pieces of information in that relationship that you really need to know. But as long as you communicate at every step, to the best of your ability, the idea of exactly why this is happening, if it is representative of a true, honest feeling, then at least everyone is informed as to what is going on, and they can make their decisions based on who they want to be as to whether or not they wish those relationships to continue in those forms or whether they wish to transform them. But communication is the key within yourselves and with each other.
Okay, how do I communicate with myself?
By asking yourself why this is happening. What are the real reasons for the attraction? What are you getting out of it? What are you learning about yourself? How are you serving that individual? Are you only, in a sense, reinforcing issues of denial? Or are you really doing something that is representative of bringing yourselves into a higher state, of truly supporting each other to be who you really are in love? Expressed in any way. Love expressed in any way. Many times you will find that when you really understand why you are in the relationship, sometimes the things you think the relationship is leading to all of a sudden become, in your mind, clear that they don't have to go that way, because you are finally being honest with yourself about why you're there, or what it is you expect to get out of it. And then you can see for yourself whether the expectations are really representations of judgments or feelings or fears of lack within yourselves. The idea is to first approach this idea with clear communication, asking yourself, why am I attracted? What is it I'm getting out of this? What is it I'm learning about myself? Find that out first, and then engage the other individuals in dialogue. Find out why they are co-creating with you that scenario. There's got to be a reason for why it exists that way. What purpose does it serve? What is the heartfelt desire and deepest foundational wish that all individuals really want with regard to the idea of their relationship to the relationship? For many times you will find that when an individual gets in touch with what they really want, it may only have been their expectation that lured them to think that the relationship had to go a certain way. They may find that they don't want to even be in the relationship any longer once they understand what they really want, and they can then have used the relationship to simply show them what they needed to know so they can get on their way. There are many, many ways to look at this, but you must start with honest internal dialogue about why you are co-creating your part of this interaction. And then, if they are willing, extract from the other parties involved why they feel they are co-creating this interaction as well, because you're all co-creating it. It's an orchestration. The third person, who you are referring to as his wife, is not there accidentally. There are no accidents. There are no accidents. If you have attracted yourself to someone who you perceive in a situation where you feel, speaking from the viewpoint of your society, that makes it difficult for you to interact, you must ask yourself why that has been attracted and what issues that raises within you. We are not saying it must remain that way, but that's a good place to start from. You understand?
Yes, thank you.
Does this help clarify the situation to some degree for you?
It gives me a lot to think about.
Well, all right. That's a good start, too.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sharon!
Yes. Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Hi. I co-created an event when you were on a station last that really shocked me. And since then, I've been doing a lot of body work and internal searching. But as
Are
I'm
those
doing...
questions?
Yeah. Well, as I'm doing that, all this emotional turmoil is coming up.
Another
it's
question.
real old.
Yes.
Basically, how do I resolve it? How do we resolve it?
Define the emotional turmoil.
It's intense.
Yes.
It's,
It's what?
I don't know, it's like a lot of fear, it's a lot of
Yes.
sadness, it's a lot
Yes.
of hurt, it's a
Yes.
lot of pain, it's
Yes.
just very deep,
Yes.
and it seems to overwhelm me at times.
Another question?
No, it's not a question.
Thank you.
Ah, I see. I'm getting it now. Okay, it seems to overwhelm me at times.
Oh, thank you.
And what I want to know is how to deal with the pain?
All right. The first way you deal with it, of course, is by allowing yourself to feel it, as you are doing.
A lot of people are telling me not to feel,
Oh, my.
to bypass it.
Bypass it? Then you are denying a portion of yourself. You are denying your own creation. You cannot change what you do not own. You understand? If you say, that's not mine, then how can you expect it to become something else? You are saying you have no power over it. I didn't create that. It's not mine. All right. Then it will stay exactly what it is. Because no matter what you say, it won't change because you are saying you don't own it. First, you have to own it. It is mine. I am feeling it. It is my feeling. No matter how the feeling is, these things are precious. Don't give away your feelings. It's my feeling. I'm going to feel it. Don't tell me not to feel it. It's my feeling. Have your own feelings. If you don't want to feel your feelings, don't feel them. But let me feel my feelings. They're mine, not yours. Now, first stage, feel it. Feel it, just feel it. Let yourself be real with the feeling. Acknowledge that it is the reality you are creating at the moment. For some reason. For some reason. You don't have to know what it is immediately, but you know it's for some reason. You will be able to learn something from it. It is going to be able to show you a piece of yourself you heretofore were not aware of. In revealing that piece of yourself to yourself, it is going to allow you the opportunity to integrate that piece of yourself within the total you, and that is what spiritual growth is all about. Remember, the living and the feeling and the experiencing of your life, however it manifests, is first and foremost the greatest act of spirituality you have. Because you created your life from your spirit. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Are you feeling a little bit better?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Now, as you allow yourself to feel, as you acknowledge, as you know it does serve your reasons somehow, those three recognitions right there will allow the feeling to begin to transmute and evolve into what it needs to evolve into, and it will begin to disgorge information into you about why it is there. You understand?
Yes.
Simple process. Simple process. Allow yourself to have the feeling, acknowledge it as yours, allow yourself to know it is there for your reasons, and it will begin to impress upon you why it is there and what it is you need to learn about yourself within that idea. Then you will begin true growth, you will begin true mastery, and eventually then, as you allow these things to filter through you, you will process them, you will integrate them, and you will arrive at the place of choice, where then you can begin to realize that you no longer need to react to the situations of your life, but can respond to the situations in your life. Reactions negative, responses positive. Responding means, ultimately, when you allow your feelings to be there for whatever they are, when they are there, you are learning to live in the now. You are not in denial. Denial fragments you and creates the idea of searching in the future and lamenting about the past. Be in the now. Be in the now. Your present place is your point of power. The present is your point of power. Stay in the present. Stay in the feeling. Let it be what it needs to be. As you do that, you will gain more and more practice with this idea of trusting the now. That it is delivering to you what it needs to. That you are experiencing what you need to really go where you want to go. The more you take that attitude with it, the more you will transform the energy from a negative experience of emotionality to a positive experience of emotionality, and you will arrive, as we said, at the place of choice, wherein, in being in the moment, you will start to respond to the situations in your life by not automatically feeding into them a negative meaning that you have been taught they represent. You will instead have the time, give yourself the opportunity to know that the situations as they occur do not fundamentally mean anything on the surface. It is up to you to decide, unconsciously or consciously, what meaning, at least in style, you wish to ascribe to that situation. And in ascribing a certain meaning to the situation from the place of choice, you then determine what kind of an effect you get out of the situation. But you don't arrive at the place of choice, that neutral place of choice, until you allow what is going on in your life to be exactly what needs to go on, and allow yourself to feel the feelings you're having. This is the evolutionary process of freedom and responsibility. The ability to respond rather than reactability. You understand?
Yes.
Is this helping you?
Very good.
Do you feel the vibration changing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, is there some other aspect of this you wish to examine and explore?
What I do in my mind when I turn my mind in on itself.
Yes.
It's very like when someone attacks me, I take the attack in as if I'm attacking myself.
Of course. Of course. No one can attack you without you creating your counterpart within yourself and attacking yourself.
And how do I change that?
Again, remember this. There are three absolutes, three laws of creation. Only three. Not two, not four, three. You exist, the all is one, the one is all. What you put out is what you get back. If you have the idea of buying into the fear vibration and you give off the fear vibration, I am a victim, I am not worthy, I am not powerful, I am helpless, I am vulnerable to attack. Vulnerability is a weakness, not a strength. That vibration attracts you into situations that will reflect to you in no uncertain terms that these are the kinds and qualities of beliefs you are unconsciously carrying around. And so you get the exhibit of an attack to reinforce to you that this is what you're giving off. If you find in this reflection that you don't prefer that, then what you simply need to understand is that you are putting your energy into belief systems that don't serve you, that are not what you prefer to believe about life. And if you can redefine them into the belief systems you prefer, then you can start giving off a more positive vibration, and in doing so, know that that positive vibration can only, by definition, in pure physics, pure mechanical terms, bring back a reality that is reflective of the more positive vibration. You cannot get a reality you are not the vibration of. You understand?
Yeah.
So the very fear of being attacked attracts the attack. Now, this does not excuse the attacker, because it is up to them to be strong enough to refuse the call of the victim. You understand? It is still their duty to be clear within themselves, because in a sense, the attacker obviously, in many ways, is just as weak as the person being the victim. Like attracts like. It is not the idea of the strong preying upon the weak. It is the weak attracting the weak. One who attacks because they do not believe they are in control automatically, and they feel they have to manipulate their external reality in order to feel they are in control, and therefore they must dominate others. One who knows they are in power needs to do none of that, because they are already in power. They don't have to prove anything. A person who has to push their point of view on someone else does not believe in the power of their own point of view. So, knowing that and understanding the physics of this, it can lighten you up. You can go back into your self-empowerment. You can realize that the fear itself does not have to transmit into judgment. That the fear itself as a pure emotion will not prevent you from doing what you need to do. It will still give you the ability to work within yourself in the way that you need to define what beliefs you would have to have in order to have the fear reaction instead of the joy response.
You're saying it's okay to have the fear, to feel the fear fully.
Yes, it's when you start being afraid about having the fear, start worrying about having the fear, start judging yourself for having the fear, that you start creating the vibration that reflects itself as a negative reality. The pure fear in and of itself does not attract a negative reality. It's all of the accoutrements you attach to the fear. The pure fear will never stop you from doing anything. And if you understand that, you will act through the fear, discover what it is showing you, and transform it instantly into excitement. Remember, excitement, joy, passion. Fear, anxiety, doubt are the same energy. You experience it on the positive side when you have faith in yourself and live in the now in a constructive, responsive way. You experience the negative ideas when you doubt yourself and live in your life in a reactive way, scattering yourself across the time stream. You understand?
Yes.
Does this help you?
Yes, it does.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you very much.